Hello friends, I am CA Rachita Mantri Kabra. Hope you all are doing fine. Today in this video, we'll be discussing about latest GST updates. As we all are aware that every now and then amendments are being made to GST law and rules, let us begin with following amendments which will be effective from a date to be notified. First, reverse charge mechanism will be applicable to a specific class of persons to be notified later. Second, the GST Council has amended and increased the limit for composition supplier from 1 CR to 1.5 CR, and simultaneously they have also put a restriction that a composition dealer can provide services up to higher of the following: 10% of the total turnover in a state in the preceding financial year or 5 lakh rupees. Third, no input tax credit of repairs and insurance will be available in case of motor vehicles. Fourth, the government has allowed multiple registration in a state, which means a person having multiple businesses in a same state can apply for separate registration for each such class of business. Next, the government has provided some relief regarding cancellation of registration, which states that if a composition dealer has not filed his return for 3 consecutive tax periods and a registered person other than a composite dealer has not furnished his return for 6 continuous tax periods, then his GST certificate can be cancelled, provided if he furnishes all the returns and make full payment of taxes dues along with the interest, late fee and penalty. Then the proper officer shall drop the proceedings and pass an order in form GST Reg 20. Next point is that the Amendment Act has increased the limit of aggregate turnover for special category states regarding compulsory registration in GST from 10 lakh to 20 lakh. Seventh, the manner of utilization of input tax credit have undergone a major change. Earlier, if we have CGST or SGST liability, first we need to adjust CGST from CGST credit and SGST from SGST credit, and the remaining to be adjusted against IGST credit. But now it will be a vice versa. Firstly, we will utilize the IGST credit and the balance will be utilized from the same credit head. After this, there are certain transactions which shall never be treated as a supply of good or services. Supply of good from a place outside India to a place outside India, supply of warehouse goods to any person before clearance for home consumption, and high seas sale. Now the point which I'll be discussing is very important. A new provision, section 43A, has been inserted to lay down the foundation of new return mechanism that would replace the existing return mechanism. Some of the major changes includes document summary requirement filled in GSTR1 need to be removed. Second, HSN to be reported at 4-digit level for all type of taxpayers. Third, the recipient has to either verify, validate, modify or delete the details of supplies uploaded by the supplier for claiming ITC. In case any supply has not been reported by supplier, but however the invoice of the same is available with the recipient, in such case, maximum ITC which can be claimed will be the 20% of the available ITC. And the last is, we can issue a consolidated debit and credit note for multiple invoices. Till now, we have discussed certain amendments which will be notified later. Now further, we'll be discussing certain amendments which have been recently notified by GST Council. That is, first is the date for filing of GSTR 3B has been duly extended till March 2019. Second, to claim input tax credit by a registered person, only following particulars are required in a tax invoice. First, details of the amount of tax charge, description of goods and services, total value of supply of goods or services or both, GSTN of the supplier and the recipient, and lastly, place of supply in case it is an interstate supply. The most important amendment of GST is, finally CBIC has notified the format of the annual return, that is Form GSTR 9. The form broadly requires the reporting of the following: details of outward and inward supplies, ITC declared in returns, payment of taxes made during the year, reconciliation of GSTR 2A and GSTR 3B, HNY summary of outward supplies and inward supplies, and many other important points. There has been certain amendments in e-way bill also, like in case of importers. The person in charge of conveyance shall carry a copy of the bill of entry filed by the importer of such goods and shall indicate the number and the date of bill of entry in Part A of Form GST EWE 01. The Form EWE 01 has been modified accordingly for transportation of goods under delivery challan if goods are transported in batches or in lots. Next, time limit for making declaration in Form GST ITC 01 for taxpayers who have filed application in Form GST CMP 04 has been extended for a period of 30 days, that is 3rd October 2018. Next, CBIC has waived off the late fees in the following cases where Form GSTR 3B for the month of October 2017 was submitted but not filed on the GST portal after generation of ARN, where Form GSTR 4 is filed within due date for the period October 2017 to December 2017. And the last point, the registered person having turnover of more than 1.5 crore in the preceding financial year or current financial year, the due date for filing GSTR 1 will be the 11th day of the month succeeding such month for months July 2018 to March 2019. We will keep you updated on this as and when the amendments will be notified. Thank you.